So are you looking to organize your own swingers summer cabin getaway week or weekend? If that's so, I've got you covered with a few things that make your event stand out and your participants wanting to come to your next event as well. Coming up. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. My name is Tony, and here on Three-Way Theory I talk openly and honestly about my experiences in open relationships, dating, swinger lifestyle and all that good stuff, as well as give you tips and tools that you can use in your own relationship, just like in this video. And hey, if we're just meeting for the first time, it's really nice to meet you. Please click that red subscribe button down below to get notified every time we release new content in this channel. So we're here at Jämsä, Finland, which is a very small place here in Finland. If you don't know it, don't feel too bad about it. It's that small, even by the Finnish standards. But there's a place called Himos, which is a ski resort right next here. And we've rented this summer cabin for ourselves from Friday till Wednesday, so we're here for almost a full week. The place has 9 beds, so it can accommodate quite a few swingers, and of course we can have people come here just during the daytime as well. We've been just me, Miss K, another couple, and then also a third couple came here for one night. But before I go more in depth into what we've done here in the past week, I wanted to give you guys a few things that I think are most crucial when planning out an event such as this one. I would say that they are the invitations and the people, the venue, and then the sort of food and the activities. First of all, because we are here for almost a week, it is absolutely crucial that we have people that we can very easily bond with, that we have great chemistry and good time with, and that we don't feel like we have nothing to talk about or nothing to do together. So even more important for us for this kind of weekend or week getaway is the fact that we find people who we are very much in sync with and have similar ideas and hopes for that event. This also meant that we've had to scrape out quite a few people who would have attended, but we thought that maybe didn't suit the chemistry that we were going after here in this party. So whatever the goal you have with this event, just think about the people and their chemistry together if they're spending more than one night together. One of the great perks for me, having been in this lifestyle for 10 years, is that I have a portfolio of people that I can turn to, and I know that are my good friends. Then when I hang out with them, I'm sure that I will have a good time. Unfortunately for this event, we didn't have enough time to prepare with the invitations for numerous reasons. So we had to start very late, and for that reason we don't have that many couples attending, which is completely fine. But if you're organizing your event, I would say that just start planning at least a month in advance and send out those invitations so people can book them into their calendars if they are looking to attend. And for participants, it's important that you balance the amount of men and women in the party, so that there would be roughly half men and half women in the party. This is especially true for our case in an event like this where we're staying for a longer period of time. And I feel like the needs of the two sexes roughly balance out over the longer period. Now, if you would be having a sort of an event that's just for one night, so you're just kind of like going to a swingers club, and you're not planning to stay overnight, and perhaps usually in these events you also have more people than what we have here, so you would have like 30 to 50 people. In those cases you can add a few extra men, because generally women can perform for longer and more frequently than men can. So, and there's of course a few things that a woman might enjoy for having a few extra men, if you can just play that out in your head. But yeah, I would definitely say that for a shorter events with more participants, you can have few extra men, say for example 2 extra men per additional 10 people. Once you go about that, say for example 20 people mark. But yeah, for us in a cabin like this where we have only like maximum of 9 people at any time, we don't want to have any extra men, but have the same amount of men and women, or just very little difference in there in any case. So then how do you balance out the genders? I oftentimes see, especially in the clubs overseas outside Finland, that there are different prices for men and women. So for example, an entrance fee for a club night could be 50 euros for women and 150 for men. But in our parties, we actually never do this. We always have the same price for men and women. I think what clubs overseas are trying to achieve is to attract more women into the parties, so that there wouldn't be too many men. So with our parties, it's actually very different. We always have the same price for men and women. And even though we do this, we always, or most of the time, we have more women than men attending our parties. And I think this is a bigger mental shift that should happen in the swingers community in general, that we can have the same price, but women cannot be lured with money. Instead, they want to come to a party that is that they feel safe in, that they can enjoy their time, and that they feel appreciated and cherished and loved. And I think that this is something I want to give to swingers community everywhere in the world in general. And I think we should have a separate video about this as well. But we have the same price for men and women also for this event. The second thing I wanted to highlight for you guys is the venue. Now this of course depends on the type of an event that you're trying to go for and the sort of overall look and feel of the place. For us, this is meant to be sort of a summer cabin getaway away from the city sort of a thing. And for that reason, we've kept it very like outgoing, very laid back and very relaxed. We don't really do any sort of party or swingers club themes where you have like lights or you have sort of like music or anything like that. We've just really kept it like a summer cabin getaway thing. Now for this venue, we have a lovely summer cabin which can accommodate up to 9 people. And of course there could be always people coming in just during the daytime as well. We have a fireplace here which is extremely romantic. We've been doing some s'mores in there. Now saunas are great. I understand that this is something that you cannot find everywhere in the world, but it's just a great chance to take off your clothes and get a little bit more physical. What always is a high attraction is this sort of a jacuzzi or an outside pool that you can use with your swingers friends. Unfortunately for this event, we couldn't make that happen. And what we wanted to also do is have plenty of things outside the cabin as well. Of course, we have a cabin that's for 5 nights, so we don't want to spend all the time within the cabin, but there's a lot of things we can do outdoors with other couples as well. And we really wanted to take use of all these opportunities.
We're one in the same. Drinking and dreaming to run from the rain. We throw our bags down, the waterfall's too fast to be walled off. We make a home in the mud and hope for an olive bud. May have lost our way, do not count us lost. We may have lost our way, do not count us lost. the smell of the sea and the light of the moon. Pockets of America still feel new. Whisper all night that the clouds above us aren't the end of the earth. Dust catches the light of suns beyond our sight.
Now the third thing I want to highlight is of course the food and the activities. So just because we're just a few, 2-3 couples here, it's very easy to organize all the food stuff and talk about it, communicate and buy even groceries together. But this is of course not possible if you're starting to get like 10 or more people within a party. So you have options to either ask for a little bit of a higher price and include some of the foods that you would be making for everyone. This means of course that you would have to think about everybody's different allergies and all that sorts of stuff. Or then you can just say that everybody brings their own stuff. And for a small event such as this one, where we have only a few attendees, we can co-organize everything, and it's a little bit nicer. It makes the whole event actually a little bit more fluent when we know that, yeah, this is sort of stuff we want to do together and plan out, instead of just like each and everybody just going about their own thing. And sort of it's not as, the feeling of community just isn't there as much if you don't plan out things together. And even in shorter events, so for example swingers clubs evenings, we generally provide a salad option where people can mix and match between ingredients and make a sort of salad of their own to accommodate their own tastes and preferences and allergies. And we find that it's generally a good idea to provide some nutrition so people can go and refuel while they're out there playing, having fun with other people, and they can sort of like take also some time by themselves and recharge with some nutrition. One thing we decided to do is rent out fat bikes. So we went out cycling here in the local trails and just to the up to the high hill of the local ski resort, which there were like great views over the place. And yeah, fat bikes were a whole lot of fun, a completely new thing to all of us, especially the electronic fat bikes. So I think we all enjoyed that very much. The other thing we decided to do is we went out hiking. So we actually spent like at least maybe 6 hours going out to hike in the woods, and there's like a national park we went out, and there was just, yeah, of course a lot of walking, but also camping, hanging by the fireplace. We put out a fire there and yeah, just enjoyed the nature and the company, really like bonded with the other couples as well. So I think this is especially something that we've enjoyed and something that you should try, because it's a very different feel from swingers clubs and parties, where it is sometimes so performance centered that when you go out to do these sorts of daily activities with the other couple, you have sort of a lot of time to be with the other people, enjoy them as a person, and not just be completely all about the sex and performance. And actually, once you are sort of able to balance out the sort of relaxed, having fun time and the sex, then also I think that also emphasizes and makes that whole sex experience as well a whole lot better. hope with these tips you can go and set up your own swingers summer cabin getaway and enjoy nature and other people without that extra hassle and performance issues that you might feel during a swingers club evening. I'll see you in the next one.